Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be talking about what really happened in Blackwater and how, if you listen to a lot of the camp conversations and hidden dialogues, you'll be able to get more details about this incredibly significant event. So believe it or not, the Blackwater Massacre, the Blackwater Ferry heist or robbery is really the only reason why we see the main plot of the game. I mean, without that, the gang wouldn't have had to flee over the mountains. They wouldn't have had to go to Horseshoe Overlook and all these other camps. They probably would have just stayed in Blackwater or ultimately headed west. So this event, even though we don't actually see it happen in-game, is incredibly significant. Now, there are a few moments in-game where if you just follow the story, you'll hear bits and pieces as to what happened about the Blackwater robbery and the ferry heist.
It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right. You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong. You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck, east of the Grizzlies and out of money, and a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother. But we are safe. We make a bit of money here. Then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
So, you were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets. Take it slow. Big ravine here. Dutch killed a girl in a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though. Did I ever tell you my mother's buried in Blackwater?
Really? She is?
Apparently so. I only found out from an uncle of mine years later. Last I knew, she was still outside Philadelphia. I left home at 15 and didn't see her again. She and I didn't always see eye to eye. I wasn't always a very obedient child.
I can only imagine.
Still, I loved her in my own way, and she me in hers. Somehow, even from the grave, she managed to have the last laugh.
However, those details that you just heard only really scratched the surface. We only get more information by listening to optional, sort of hidden lines of dialogue that tell us more about this significant event. Now, in this video, I'm just going to be focusing on dialogue between the various gang members and characters. If you're interested in newspaper articles and documents that can be found and secret items that tell us what happened there, I'll leave a link to a video I did a couple of months ago in the description that dives into that a little bit more. So we're going to be going through a bunch of camp conversations today. The first is Dutch apologizing for what happened in Blackwater.
So? What do you think?
I think we're fine.
Fine.
Well, given the circumstances,
I heard things got nasty on that ferry.
you could say so.
And that won't lead to more repercussions?
Eventually, yeah, but like I said, we will keep moving.
Well, we're heading east, Dutch. There's not so many places to hide this way.
We will think of something. We always do. You always do. I need you strong now, my brother.
I'm trying.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, brother. How are you feeling?
Much better. Thought those mountains were gonna kill me. Seems I'll live a while yet.
Oh, I know.
Found a couple of things in town. Made us some money.
You always do.
Yes, I'm good at that.
I messed up in Blackwater. I made a goddamn fool out of myself.
You done that before.
I know.
Tell him, Arthur. Tell him we're okay now.
We're okay, Dutch. Jose is right. We're just getting back on our feet.
You'll get us out of this.
We are out of this. We need to keep out of it.
So what do you think?
We need to make some money and find ourselves an escape route, same as usual. But we are making money. And we will find an escape. We are gonna be okay.
I agree. We'll get some big money and get lost.
How do you do?
Like you say, this is a big country. We can always get lost.
Yes, and we can always make more money.
We'll be okay.
So it's clear that Hosea is one of the most upset about what happened, and even going back to that conversation we heard earlier, him and Arthur were onto something big, and Dutch's ferry job really, really interrupted that. And Hosea becomes even angrier as time goes on, and we can see that happen in this cutscene right here.
The thing is, Dutch, it isn't... Well, what's the plan? I mean, after Blackwater, we don't want any more deaths.
I ain't just some two-bit huckster, Hosea. I am willing to die for this, if that is what it takes, but right now, I need to be left alone by all the second-guessers.
As you wish, my friend.
I'll get us out of this, Arthur. You know that.
Yeah, I know, Dutch.
Sometimes I wonder these days.
I always got your back.
And even building off of that, Arthur becomes pretty angry as well. Eventually, he gets fed up with Dutch, even early on as Chapter 2, about wondering where the money went and what happened in Blackwater.
Arthur!
Yeah?
How you... What... Listen, we're gonna be okay.
If you say so. What about the money? Back at Blackwater?
Now is not the time for doubters.
I ain't a doubter nor a believer. I ain't nothing.
So you keep saying. Next time, Arthur, try faith. Try faith.
You really have a plan, Dutch? Or you just keep telling us you do?
Just be quiet.
I mean, a real plan. Not eating mangoes on a tropical island plan.
What are you trying to prove here?
Anytime you want to share it, I'm all ears. My mentor, Dutch Vanderland.
I've had enough of this.
It's all good. Calm down.
Get a hold of yourself.
Now, the next three conversations I'm going to show you guys all happen around the campfire. The campfire is one of the best places to get a lot of these conversations. They'll always typically occur at nighttime. And the first one is of John Marston sort of explaining what happened in Blackwater from his perspective.
My lord. Been quite a ride since Blackwater. Since that thing on the boat. You boys know all about that. At least, you know enough. Still trying to forget. got my wings clipped there, then nearly got eaten by a pack of wolves. Maybe I should learn my lesson. And just hope Dutch has learned his. I love Dutch. Y'all know that. But we're bad men. We're fighters, I know. But sometimes I start thinking about that girl. Well, Javier knows what we saw, and it weren't pretty. Ask Micah. Although he encouraged it, weren't pretty at all. I just hope Dutch was right when he said that we had to do it to survive. Sometimes you just gotta do really bad things, I guess.
So that was pretty interesting, right? Well, at another campfire encounter, Javier has to explain a very significant event that occurred on that boat.
You know, a lot of men who say one thing and do the other thing. Who promise you the world while they rob the bread off your plate. Listen, I know Dutch been a little erratic recently. I know what went on in Blackwater. Well, none of us is pretending that was something nice. But I guess, the way I see it, we're still here. And he's still right. I mean, look, you're all free to think what you want to think, but for me, I still believe in him. Because, well, he did what he did. But he did it for love. For all of us. Yes, I feel bad. They didn't deserve that, but listen, I just think, and I've been thinking about this a lot, I just think Dutch loves us. And being loved, well, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make it.
So you heard about that a little bit earlier. Dutch killed a girl. That girl turns out to be Heidi McCourt. Again, if you take a listen to the video I have linked in the description, you'll hear more about that. But that was one of like the turning points for Dutch and when he might have ultimately lost his mind. And last but not least today, John Marston sort of relives the Blackwater moment every single day over and over and over again in his head. Take a listen to this.
Man, we are in some shit now, ain't we? Even before Blackwater, I had my doubts, but since then, we've had folk drop like flies. Men I've ridden with for years, just dead. Gone. Women and children, too. This ain't nothing nice. Whole thing used to make some kind of sense, but now it feels like we're waiting on a miracle or waiting to die, and I can't tell which it is. I mean, we've always had problems, but never like this. Them folks in Blackwater, they was real mad, and we responded like animals. Like cornered animals. And all of a sudden, things don't make much sense no more. We have become what we set out to hate. And it scares me. It does.
You can't keep reliving that day in Blackwater.
It's hard not to.
We all gotta start moving on.
So as you guys heard there, just by listening to some of the camp conversations and hidden lines of dialogue, you can get a lot more details about the Blackwater Massacre and the Blackwater Ferry Job and Robbery. And I am still hopeful, even though it's looking more and more unlikely as every update to Red Dead Online occurs. I wish Rockstar would do a single-player DLC that focused on Blackwater before the story took place and even maybe a bit beyond that. Like maybe a year or two before 1899. That would be incredibly cool. Again, I think it's getting more and more unlikely as we see progressions and changes to Red Dead Online, especially given the fact we didn't see any story or single mode expansions to GTA 5, the game prior to this. But there's a lot of evidence that there was so much cut content and that the gang was at one time supposed to be shown in Blackwater. I mean, even in the very first trailers for Red Dead Redemption 2, Arthur can be seen in Blackwater. So it's something that I'm still holding out hope for because it's such a significant event in the Red Dead Redemption series, and it's one that we never get to see happen, at least not yet. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on this video. That'd be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With that out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.